Hi, I'm Mike Coyle with Inside Exploration. Today I'm here with Glenn Kasner from RJK Explorations, listed on the TSX Venture under the symbol rjx.a. Thanks for taking the time to meet with me today, Glenn.
Hey Mike, thanks for coming up.
So before we dive into the project, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and some of your background in exploration?
Yes, Mike, I started when I was fairly young. I was about 12 years old when I got involved in the mineral exploration side through my brother, who is about 10 years older than I was. And he got interested through my grandfather, which was a silver miner in Colorado, came to Kirkland Lake about the same time as Harry Oaks, around 1912 or so. And he was involved in a prospect here that had sunk a shaft on. And I was at a very young age when he died, so I didn't really get to know him. But through my brother, we did some, he helped me out with, or I helped him out in doing some exploration on some of his showings. Staking claims, that sort of thing. I got hired on by the local resident geologist here in Kirkland Lake at 15, and I worked 4 summers with them. Very interesting work, office work, some field work, some mapping of townships in the later part of in the 4th summer, so I gained some experience there. I went on to Hildeberry School of Mines. Spent my 3 years there. Each summer I worked with a major oil company on mineral exploration, various parts of Canada. I worked with them following graduation for a couple of years. Then I did some contract exploration work for a couple of years after that. The market was pretty slow. We did some power line construction work. My brother, he was an ex-hydro lineman, and my brother formed his first public company in 1980. So for a number of years, I looked after all the exploration work for the junior companies that he had, and we reactivated my grandfather's company, which is now RJK Explorations, back in the 80s, and I became president of that in 1988, and we've been working with various exploration projects since then.
So you signed a deal with the Bishop family to explore his claims. Can you tell us a little bit about how you developed that relationship with Tony and how you got close to this project?
Yeah, that was interesting. I had known the Bishop family for years because our kids are the same age, and of course they played soccer and everything together. But I was looking through a website one day and on a gold prospect, and I happened to see some information there about the Nipissing diamond. And that was interesting because I hadn't thought about the Nipissing diamond since mining school days. And so I read that literature and got interested in it. So I managed to contact Tony and went over some of his work. And well, I went over a lot of it actually. And over the period of about 8 months, he decided that he would come on board with me and we could strike up an option arrangement, even though there was a number of companies that have approached him to option the ground previous to me.
So what are some of the things you're doing to advance this project forward?
Oh, we've done a lot of different things, advancements in exploration in terms of airborne magnetic geophysics, till and soil sampling, compilation. We did drill a couple of holes right in the early part of the venture, which was probably a little bit premature. We missed on one target and had some success on another one. We drilled some very unusual rocks that we didn't know what they were, but we have done extra work in that vicinity, and we'll be going back to retest that target. But we have did a lot of compilation, a lot of sampling, a lot of geophysical work, and we brought on a team of experts there as advisors. They have a great diamond exploration experience, and one of the gentlemen is active in diamond exploration for about 10 years, found a number of pipes. One that was maybe economic, it was diamondiferous. And the other fellow is the local geologist for the ministry here that's been involved in diamond exploration and the whole Temiskaming corridor over a number of years. So these guys will give us a hand, and I'm sure it's going to help a lot.
So you recently announced that you've been staking claims in the area, and I'd imagine for good reason, because there's been an awful lot of interest in this area recently. So can you talk to us a little bit about what you've been doing in that regard?
Yes, for sure. Yes, we've acquired a number of additional targets, potential kimberlitic targets through staking in the last number of months, and add them to the property portfolio for the company. We're also working on several land deals in the cobalt area, which we hope to have completed in the next month or so. And so we'll have a large land position in the Cobalt, Elk Lake, and Temagami camps. So not many people know, but De Beers have been actively or intermittently working in this Temiskaming corridor since the mid-1960s. And we see that they're back in a big way in the last couple of years, looking again.
We actually had the opportunity to see the VTEM, the helicopter with the VTEM flying over the area in Cobalt. So they're definitely around the area.
Yeah, with the recent curtailment of the Victor Diamond Pipe in Ottawapiskat area, they're looking hard for another deposit within the corridor. And there's a lot of advantages to finding a deposit in the Cobalt area or Temagami area, because of the cost of doing the infrastructure in an isolated area as compared to the Cobalt Temagami area. So there's a lot of money, there's a lot of savings there, and a number of pipes have been found over the years along the corridor. Nothing that's been put into production yet, but that may change in a very short term.
So with that in mind, obviously, the next step after the geophysics and the sampling and everything would be to start putting drills into the ground.
Yes, for sure.
So what's your plans for this year for
drilling?
Well,
we're still having data incoming all the time from our sampling and geophysical surveys and such. So we're a little bit away on that, a ways away on that. But I think over the next while we'll be drilling again.
Well, Glenn, thanks so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I look forward to sitting down with you again, and we'll talk a little bit more detail about some of the activities you have going on once you get some drills in the ground. And
it's going to be a real treasure hunt for us.
I'm looking forward to it for sure. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, great.
Cheers.